In the early years of the Republic, the tariff was the main source of revenue for the federal government. There was no income tax, there were no sales taxes, there was an excise tax on whiskey, but basically the tariff was the key thing. And as the commercial revolution proceeded, the commercial revolution that preceded the industrial revolution, the real thing was the growth of textiles. And Britain became the leader in the production of textiles, and the raw material was cotton that it got primarily from the United States, from the South. That increased the use of slavery in the US dramatically as deep Southern states essentially became cotton states, slave states, and the slave economy became fundamental to the American economy in a way that it was not before. Today's Lunch Alert is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. Did the bull market in stocks just end? Is the stock market trying to warn us? Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley both warn of a coming 20% correction. In the early 1800s, I think 1824, the federal government passed what the South called the Tariff of Abominations, which dramatically increased rates on goods flowing into the United States. The transactions essentially were that the North was industrializing and needed industrial raw materials and machinery, whereas the South was riding the boom in the cotton industry of the commercial revolution, and it needed low tariffs so it could facilitate its trade in cotton. So you had the North wanting high tariffs to protect the manufacturing industries in the North, and in the South wanted low tariffs so that the cotton could flow back and forth easily. In 1824, 1828, I forget which, Congress passed what the South called the Tariff of Abominations, which was a very high tariff and served to protect Northern manufacturing interests at the expense of Southern agrarian interests. South Carolina protested vigorously against this and threatened to leave the Union. And early in the Jackson administration, there was a confrontation about the high tariff rates. Jackson talked it down and confronted South Carolina and basically bullied them into dropping their objections. But the tariff remained a fundamental cause of the Civil War. And slavery and the tariff were closely connected because the high tariff barriers in the North protected Northern industries, but they left Southern agriculture open to the whims of global trade. As we continue these on Saturdays, I'll go through the evolution of the tariff in the post-Civil War period. But it damn near caused the Civil War. If slavery had not been the major issue, the tariff would have been. Thanks for watching. Today's Lunch Alert is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. Did the bull market in stocks just end? Is the stock market trying to warn us? Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley both warn of a coming 20% correction. Markets are most irrational at the heights of a bull market. Vanguard and Goldman warn of a lost decade ahead. But if you invest in gold or silver, nothing lost about the decade that's coming. Thanks for watching. Patriot Gold Group offers no fee for life IRAs to viewers of these videos. The IRA minimums are $25,000 and $100,000 for the no fee for life IRA. So call the Patriot Gold Group and ask for the no fee for life IRA.